Now, the National Food Suppliers Association just ended a meeting with the Minister of Education, Dr. Yawase Educhum, at the Education Ministry. We are joined on the phone lines by the spokesperson for the National Food Suppliers Association, Kweku Amedume. Good afternoon to you, sir. Many thanks for your time. What was the outcome of today's meeting with the Education Minister in the payment of your 270 million cedis arrears the government owes you?
Yeah, thank you, and good afternoon to your listeners. Yes, today we had a meeting with the minister, and he told us since 2001, he's paid a total amount of 418 million Ghana cedis to the buffer stock for the payment of supplies made to buffer stock by the Food Suppliers Association. Our point here is that the minister also said that they are making preparations to give us part payment of what we are claiming now. But if you follow our story so far, we are saying that for the entire 2022 supply that we did, government has not paid a dime out of that amount. And so if the minister is saying that in 2022 he has released a total amount of 2,283 million Ghana cedis, and then later 35 million cedis, which represents the total arrears that was owed us in 2022. We don't know why, after long agitation, we are now being told that this week we are going to be given part of our entire arrears that we're looking for. This money that has been is contracted from the bank, and having paid the total amount to buffer stock, we just think that buffer stock just released on to us in full. Indeed, if now the second amount is released to buffer stock as claimed by the Minister of Education, there is no reason or no excuse why that money cannot be for the suppliers to be able to defray their indebtedness to the various banks. I think it is unacceptable for our members to accept a fraction of the entire money when the minister has made allegations that he had released all them into 2023. If for anything at all, we should be taking the total amount of our money, because the entire amount was released in 2022. According to the minister, somewhere in December, December 2022, he released that amount to the buffer stock company. So the question now is, how was the money spent? And who were the people who took that money from buffer stock without the suppliers? We must find out, and our money must be paid to us.
Now, your statement mentioned that an amount of 35 million was released in January as part payment. It means that your members didn't receive that 35 million cedis at all?
The 35 was the latest amount released to the buffer stock, but it is in fulfillment of the arrears. You know, that 283 million that was released earlier was part payment of the arrears in 2022. But the 35 also went to add up to make a full payment of the 2022 arrears. So in 2022, Ministry of Education does not owe, or the finance does not owe us any arrears. The only arrears that we have now is with buffer stock. And so buffer stock must be the one to be giving us explanation as to how that money was dispersed, that our membership didn't take a penny out of it.
Very well. Now, per your statement again, you said the Finance Ministry, according to the Education Minister, is in the process of releasing part of the arrears to be paid in the course of the week, and that government cannot pay in full. You are saying you will not accept the part payment?
Yes, we will not accept the part payment because the arrears in 2022 had been released, and we want that money. So if there's any money coming at all, it should just go to make a total payment to us. It is not in a wrong place for us to be asking the money that had been released to buffer stock already to be paid to us. That money was supposed to be paid earlier than today. So if there's any money coming at all, it should be to complement the earlier money released to buffer stock. It is not to settle part payment of the total amount. My sister, this is a debt that had been lingering for the past 2 years. Calculate the devaluation. Calculate the interest that has accumulated so far. Look at the condition of the membership. We cannot take half payment because the debtors are on us. Half payment will not solve our problem. Here is the case. We are no longer doing the supplies. People are doing the supplies that are being paid regular. Why not give us our money? That is our point.
Government has said it's not in a position to pay the full monies to you. What do you intend to do this week? Because government says I can only give you part payment. You are saying you're not going to accept. What do you intend to do again?
We have not exhausted the meeting processes yet. We are yet to meet with the Minister of Agric. We are yet to meet with the buffer stock. But we want to relate what we have heard now from the minister to the entire general public and also to the media, that this is what we have been told so far, and this is what we've been told to expect. But we are also putting it across that what they're asking us to accept, it is untenable, and it will not solve the problem of membership because government has taken out of business. And having taken out of business, we need to defray our cost. We need to pay our debt. Our debts are lingering on, and these older people are suffering and are languishing in abject poverty. We must settle this amount in full.
Does your options include legal action and then picketing again?
We will get there when we cross it.
Grateful for your